ladies and legacy builders, welcome back to Tasha Mind Your Money. My name is Tasha. If you are new here, hello again and welcome. I am a mom on a mission to budget smart, save boldly, and share with all of you our progress one small step at a time. It is Sunday when I'm filming this. I like to sit down on Sunday at the beginning of a week and review the previous week, check on my calendar. I'll do a budget closeout, and then I'll reconcile the accounts that I track with you guys. So the joint account, there's a brick and mortar bank that my husband and I use, and then also there's a separate bills account where most of our bills come from, and then also what I call the operating account is basically just a hub where we use to transfer money to our brokerages or towards our investments, and then other savings that we use short term. So I like Capital One 360 because the banks are online, they're free. They do have physical branches, which does make it easy if I need to talk to an actual person. But I love it because the interest rates are high. On the savings accounts, there's a little bit more interest in Capital One 360 checking accounts as opposed to other brick and mortar banks. And it's just safer to not have all of your money in one place. So that's why I track with more than one account. And let's zoom in, or I'm going to zoom you in, and we're going to look at last week, which was the 15th of March to the 21st of March. So my little word of encouragement for the week was to embrace joy. So my pastor had said that last week Sunday, and I said I'm trying to hold on to that because we did need to pull on the Lord's joy in the previous week. We had a credit card payment due on Monday the 16th, which was paid. I got paid from Spark on the 17th. It was a good check, which is why I put a little heart there, and I'm grateful that I'm able to contribute in this way consistently. Our cell phone bill was due on the 18th. That was paid. Life insurance number 2 for the month was due, but it hasn't come out yet. So I left a cushion in this account so that this $36 can come out, but we'll pay it back with this week's check. There was no school on Friday. The car loan did get $130, so we're going to be making an additional principal-only payment on Transfer Tuesday this week. So maybe if you're interested in following a real person's day-to-day or week-to-week debt-free journey, maybe you want to stay tuned for that because I will post that video on Tuesday. I wasn't feeling well on Saturday. My body just needed to rest, so I did do that. I took plenty of time to rest, so nothing spectacular happened on that day. It's starting to get warmer here. I think this was the first day of spring, which is nice because hopefully the weather will be consistently warmer now that we're done with the snow. And so we're done with week, 3 of the month, and now we can project a budget also for week 4. I'm hoping that you guys enjoy these videos because this is my real to life, week to week transformation from living paycheck to paycheck to living abundantly. So for this week, I do have to move some money to our mortgage account, but I'm going to wait until the income clears and this life insurance clears. I'm thinking it's going to clear on Tuesday actually, because it doesn't normally, this takes a lot longer to come out. We have, our Geico is due for $600. That's our car insurance, but we pay that every single week. So we don't actually have to pay it on this day. This is why I put an asterisk here, but it's actually due on the 24th each month. And that's it. Oh, we have a utility appointment on Friday the 27th. We have been having a lot of issues with our gas utility bill, and someone is coming out. So we're praying that God is going to resolve this and he's going to get the glory out of it, because whatever has been happening to cause our bill to be extremely, enormously high is going to get resolved in Jesus' name. So I just highlighted that. Car loan is due every week. And yeah, so, and National Grid is due on Monday. So I'm still going to make a payment for them. I'm going to include it in this week's paycheck budget because it has to get taken care of, so that, because it's still in my name, and I don't want them to say, well, you didn't pay your bill even though we have this appointment coming up. I'm just trying to use wisdom as much as possible. So that's it for the week. National Grid, we have to move some money to the mortgage account, and car loan. So not a lot of bills due within this week, but we still gotta do some money moves. So I want to close out paycheck number 3 with you guys. And the budgeting period was from March 15th through March 21st. We had a total income of $1,568. And we were initially $87 over budget. So let's do the actuals, or let's fill in the actuals and see where we are. Oh, I have to open my spreadsheet. I use a spreadsheet to start a budget, to track the budget, and then I love pen and paper, so I will write it down to close it out every single week because it's just helpful to me. And we've been rounding up on our numbers, so the actual W-2 income was $1,250. The side, or I keep saying side, but the gig work or the 1099 income was $285. Again, I just rounded it. I didn't use the change, and that's what brought us to $1,568. I'm lying. We had $33 as a starting balance because our life insurance had to come out. So $1,250 plus $285 plus 33 equals $1,568. So for savings, this bucket here, the emergency fund got $15, balance forward got $15, investments got $20, and our cushion, which I consider it a savings, that might be debatable, but the cushion got $21 left behind. So we add 15 plus 15 plus 20 plus 21 is $71 in total. And that means $14.97 is remaining. Let me fill this in, $1,568. Okay, now on to fixed and regular expenses. For the mortgage account, we didn't get to put $525, but $485 is allocated here as our actual. The car insurance was budgeted at $150 and it got $150. The car loan is budgeted at $130 and it got $130. The cell phone was $83, it got $83. Life insurance number 1, I did set it aside, so that was $36. Now, these 2 life insurance policies have change on the end. I never use it. I always round up to the next whole dollar just because I appreciate whole numbers. The total for our fixed expenses is $485 plus $150 plus $130 plus $83 plus $36 plus $33. $917. And I'm checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. I did. I missed the credit card. The credit card did get its $35 payment, so plus $35. That brings us up to $952, which matches my spreadsheet. Okay, $952 is the total of our fixed and regular expenses. So $14.97 minus $952 leaves us with $545. Okay, then we have cash and extra categories. I did not do the best I could have with this cash this week. Have you ever felt like your spending made you sad? Because that's how I felt, a little bit upset with my spending. But we still need to be knowledgeable about where our money went. Even if we know going through it, we're going to see all the things. Even when we go through it, we're going to know all of the things we've done. We're going to see it in black and white. This is what we spent, and we just have to face the reality of it, because in order to move forward, we have to look at what was done already so we know how to move forward. So laundry got $40, $5 Monday. I pulled out $20 for this, although I don't think I have that left. Our mini challenges were supposed to get $20. I did actually pull out $80 in cash, so that left us with $465. And then the variable and miscellaneous. The tithe was $155. Household was supposed to get $10, but I didn't put $10. So I need my white out again. And that got 0. Food, we spent a total of $204. I rounded that up. We are going to need to do a huge stock up. So with our tax refund coming, I do plan to use a good portion of that to do a huge Costco haul. So I will try my best to film it and share it with you guys, because food is really getting expensive. For gas, we did spend the $45. It was like $45 and a penny. I just left the whole number there. So $465 remaining. Oh no, children. I forgot. I did have to spend money on the children. My phone cut off. Let's try this again. 1560. Okay. I did run out of space on this expense tracker, and this is the joint account. On the 16th, we had $71.27 because we deposited $10 via an ATM. We purchased gas for $9.99. I think that was to cover the gas. Stop and Shop, we made 3 trips and we spent $35.36. And then we sent $5 to our credit union for savings. I had 2 incomes come in totaling $285.70. Our life insurance number 1 came out for $32.50. I bought gas for $45 and a penny. I went to Costco and I spent $114.87. That's food. I went to Stop and Shop and spent $11.18. That was also food. We had a W-2 deposit come in of $608.61. Capital One took $30 to go to savings. I purchased something through Upside. I use the Upside app mostly for gas, but there was an incentive to get like double or like 30% cash back. So I used the app to purchase a donut, or 2 donuts actually, for the children. So that was $4.18. I went to Trader Joe's. I spent $73.40. I ran out of space. So we left with $564.94. And now we move on to this sheet of paper that I continue tracking expenses on. I didn't leave enough space for the balance. Stop and Shop was $15.48. We transferred $385 to the bills account. We had a check come in from TD Bank. So one of our CDs that we closed about a year ago had some interest on it that they said they never paid us. So that check was for $2.20. We had W-2 income come in for $652.92. I went to Target and I purchased some wipes for my baby girl, and that came out to $216. So I put that in the children's category. We went to McDonald's and purchased some food for the children, so that is also coming from the children's category, $17. The car loan took out $130, and that's coming from our bills category. The emergency fund got $15, so that's going to savings. We purchased car gas for $14.96. I went to Stop and Shop and purchased some food, $8.71, and our ending balance was $631.75 for week 3. So that is the balance that's being carried over into week 4. And the bills account, or the operating account, has 57 cents. That has not changed. The bills account started with $224.18 because $150 car insurance payment came out. We paid Easy Pass for $62. We paid our electricity bill. This is the second payment for the month because the bill went up significantly. And I enrolled us in budget billing, so I'll have to track and see what April's bill is going to be like. It should be the $95, but if not, I will let you know. But we paid $67 to the electricity company. The internet is $95 that came out. We transferred $35 into the bills account to cover our credit card payment. So that was $35 that Capital One took out. And then we had a deposit of $305. That brought us up to $305.18. We transferred $1 back to the joint account, We paid our cell phone bill for $83, and then we transferred $35 back to the mortgage account to cover the credit card payment. We just paid ourselves back basically to the savings, and that left us with a positive balance of $186.18. I hope this video is going smoothly because I had to stop a few times to bring some correction to the children who were making a little bit of noise that was too much for me. So I hope this is going well. I hope the editing is smooth and the transitions are smooth. Let me know if it is, okay? Or if it's not. Let me know, please. All right, we're going to do a quick projection for paycheck number 4 of the month of March. This is the last budget by paycheck for this month. We are budgeting with $1,500. Now, I adjusted this entire budget on my spreadsheet, so I may have to show screenshots of that because we are going to be over budget. I may not. We'll see how it goes. But for savings, we're still at $110, I believe, because these 3 are automatic. The cushion is something we are reaching for. That's a goal, a short-term goal. So $60 to the cushion, $20 for investments, $15 to balance forward, and $15 to the emergency fund for a total of $110. For bills or fixed and regular expenses, that is technically bills, we have the mortgage at $565 because we shorted ourselves in week 3 and we need to cover that. So I'm going to change this to $565. That's what we plan to put in the mortgage account. Car insurance is still $150 as the plan. Car loan $130. National Grid $98. And I put life insurance because I don't know why I put life insurance. Let me go back up and check on my spreadsheet. No, we're not putting anything to life insurance. So I'm just going to white this out. And that's everything. And we should be at 943. So let's check that and see. 565 plus 150 plus 130 plus 98. Good. $943. So we'll change that also. Okay. Oh, my remaining. So my budgeted remaining after the savings is allocated would be $1,390. And then after the $943 going to fixed and regular expenses, it should be $447. Now we go over to cash and extra categories. I'm still planning on taking out $80. So we'll put that total here. And the budgeted remaining would be $367. Now for variable expenses, we have $367 left, but our tithe is budgeted at $150. Household is still budgeted to get $10. Food is still budgeted at $200. I did mention a few minutes ago that I plan to do a huge Costco haul, stocking up on all of the essential things that we need in household items, but I'll plan to use our tax refund for that, praying that it comes this week because we did it electronically, so it should be available soon, hopefully in our account. Gas was $45 as budgeted. I do want to start saving for my oldest son's birthday, but I don't know if that's going to happen with this pay, but I'm not going to budget a dollar amount, but I'm going to leave the line item there. But on our spreadsheet, this budget came up to $405. So let's add it up and see. 150 plus 10 plus 200 plus 45. Yep. So the total is 405. So 367 minus 405 leaves us in the hole by $38. So we have a $38 shortfall this week that we need to fill in. I already know, based on what I've done in the last week, I already know what my 1099 income is going to be, with the exception of some tips that haven't cleared and extra pay based on, regulations for gig workers and whatnot. I don't know exactly how much it's going to be, but I have an idea. And I don't know what my husband's check is going to be again, you know, after taxes and whatnot. We're not sure, but this is what we're planning. So we'll see how best we can cover this $38 shortfall for the fourth week of the month, or the fourth budget of the month. And that is it. And that is all. I hope I did well with the editing. Again, I appreciate you guys for being here for as long as you were. I hope you found some kind of enjoyment in this experience of being with me. I hope you stay tuned to the next video, which will be Transfer Tuesday. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I have a question for you. A couple things. God has plenty of room to fill our supply, so we welcome the Lord to fill it up this week. Just want you to know that I may be doing some account rearranging. So sometime in April, I believe there's going to be a difference in which account is joint, which account is operating. I mean, the joint account is going to say the joint account, but the operating account may change. The way we set up our bills, that may change. So just a heads up, I might be doing some rearranging, and I hope God fills up every space that you've emptied out of fear, doubt, nervousness, all of the things that are not conducive to building an accurate budget or even reaching for your goals. Let the Lord fill those empty spaces, and may you be blessed tremendously. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you on Transfer Tuesday. Remember to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.